China, I haven't learned that much, but basically how I view China is not as something scary and threatening like you're seeing in a lot of American newspapers, like we're worried about China or China the next big threat. I think I view China as a nation that we're going to need to work with a lot more in the future.
We believe that Chinese people are very hardworking, very savvy, very smart, and the Chinese economy is picking up, and it's going to be world's biggest power, right next to US.
Yes, I was there right before the Olympics. I was impressed with the airport when I came in, and everything else. It's very modern. I was only in Beijing and Shanghai, but I was very impressed with how much progress you had made. It was more like the United States in the 1950s. Your new roads and the traffic jams that were a little excessive.
I know just from the Chinese students that I've gone to school with, it's a stereotype of being very driven because, you have so many people.
Well, they're really good at gymnastics. I think the girls can be kind of cute.
Intelligent and hardworking.
Intelligent and hardworking. I heard Chinese mothers are really tough on their kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you hear
They're
about?
really disciplinarian, authoritarian. They really push their kids to excel.
Where did you get that information?
Sources.
I think they're improving. There are still some disagreements, especially on currency issues. But and there's been some muscle flexing, with the Chinese racing their new fighter jet or anything. But I think they're trying to build a serious relationship. But at the same time, they're still competing for regional power. And I wonder how it will turn out. But I think it's a good. I think fundamentally the economic ties between the two are so strong that they have to be partners anyway. So
China needs the U.S. market to continue rising, and the U.S. needs Chinese manufacturing. So it's kind of the status quo. Even if it's just the status quo, things will. The relationship will probably remain pretty good.
I think the expectation actually is that some of the tensions that have been developing between the U.S. and China might be lowered after this meeting. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of progress in okay, here's a treaty or something, but I think it might serve as a time where we can kind of change the dialogue, address some of the tensions about the economy, monetary policy, about North Korea.
My belief is that when China and the United States are talking and that they're having a dialogue about the problems that are facing China as well as the United States, that it can only be good for both countries.
Exciting for someone my age because there's going to be, I think, a power shift between nations of the world as China becomes more economically powerful. The United States is being forced to recognize that and not just count off China as a communist country. We encourage China to continue with environmentally sustainable development, especially with all the factories coming up and how the economy is growing so big. And I know the Yellow River is extremely polluted, and we have our own pollution issues here, but with China's growth, it's important that the environment is also a big issue.